the news was short-lived, but still significant. I think that is very bullish long term for Bitcoin. Obviously, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, XRP. There's only 3 other countries in the world right now that actively have a crypto reserves, like an active reserve. The information on one of them is still pretty scarce because we don't know. Tomato, tomato.
I don't know about that.
But essentially we have, and they're not big countries, so they're taking a risk on this to a degree because like no other country is doing this. But we have El Salvador, the Central African Republic, as well as Bhutan with crypto reserves, Bitcoin reserves. El Salvador started in 2021, back when Bukele made the announcement that they're going to make Bitcoin legal tender. They currently have about 6,088 Bitcoin in its reserve, estimated at about 558 million, give or take. Bhutan has 11,000 Bitcoin in its reserves, so Bhutan has more than El Salvador, and El Salvador was the first one to announce the Bitcoin reserve. It was the first country ever to announce the Bitcoin reserve. And then we also have the Central African Republic, which has a Bitcoin reserve, but we don't know how much they have. So America will be the 4th country to have a strategic crypto reserve, including some alts.
You just said that with crypto.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I said I felt the redundancy as I said that. I absolutely felt that redundancy. But that's not to say that other countries are not holding Bitcoin. China, for example, has 194,000 Bitcoin, despite it being illegal over there. Why is it illegal? Or like the government, what's the terminology for the People's Republic of China? That's what I was looking for. The People's Republic of China is against decentralized currencies, so they're trying to work on a centralized digital central bank digital currency, CBDC. Yet they have 194,000 Bitcoin. Additionally, we have Ukraine holding 1,200 Bitcoin that it received through donations for the war. Finland has about 890 Bitcoin seized for narcotics trafficking investigations that they've been doing, and India owns 450 Bitcoin that were seized through crypto fraud investigations. So there's some pretty big countries holding significant amount of Bitcoin that don't have a reserve. Oh, America. I forgot. America's one of those.
I was about to say, I think you're leaving the biggest one out.
Yeah, America, 200,000 Bitcoin. Massive, massive amount of Bitcoin that we hold. And there's people in the government ready to spend that money. And hopefully with this crypto reserve, it gets saved.
Yeah. Or it could be sold off to buy the other alts that they added to the reserve.
That might also be true. It really depends on what percentage they're gonna split it up. What or how they say they want to have the reserve. Let's say it's fixed amounts. Like let's say, oh, we want 200,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 ETH, whatever, million XRP, Solana, whatever, like fixed numbers or percentages distribution, which would mean that if it's a percentage, then it'll be more actively managed. just to fix it to be where it's supposed to be as prices change.
Yeah, I'm gonna say now I'm not thrilled they added everything else to the mix.
I'm not surprised that they added everything else to the mix. I wouldn't say I'm upset about it.
I'm a little upset about it.
And why is that?
Because all the other assets are inflationary.
Yeah, so all the other ones
Yeah,
are not commodities. As
no,
hard
they
as
have well,
except
ETH is not a commodity either.
ETH, yeah, ETH is a
ETH
commodity.
is a commodity. I'm not saying the securities are commodity. I'm just saying there is no fixed supply on the other three.
Except for Solana, Cardano.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this should have been treated more like gold